Boom. Okay, here we go. So this is Boost by Homespotter. We're going to just do a kind of a roundtable discussion. So if anybody has questions, they can feel free to jump in and ask, and we can go that route. But one thing I do want to show you all is here's our numbers that are going on for this the last 30 days. So we have 284 campaigns going. We've had 31,000 clicks, and these ads have been in front of 2.1 million people. We actively have 40 campaigns running right now. But one of the features that we have is that $99 agent ad that we have. That's basically an informational ad, meaning it's going to promote yourself. It's an agent promotional ad. It can promote yourself. You can change those ads around. I'm telling agents every 7 or 10 days to flip-flop those ads in and out, so that it could be instead of it being a 4-week ad that's just the same little campaign running, one could be an open house for this weekend, one could be a talking about you next weekend. The following weekend, it could be a sold. The weekend after that, it could be a video, or it could be a link to something else that you click on. The cool thing about those those ads are you can actually go in and add your email list to those, meaning that you can go in and if you have a group of or a neighborhood that you have all the email addresses to, you can add those email addresses. I think it has to be 300 email addresses and up, but those ads are going to be targeted to those emails. I used to do this with Facebook for a lot of the agents and for our recruiting purposes, where I could upload 500 email addresses and I could send it to send an ad on Facebook to just those specific email addresses, and only those people are going to see it. So if you have 500 email addresses and you're hitting 400 of those on Facebook and Instagram, then you're getting a little bit better more interaction than what you're getting through your email campaign. So, it's hard to get those people to click on those emails, but if those little digital, I like to refer to them as digital postcards, if those little ads are popping up on Facebook and Instagram, that's, it's a business card size that's right in the center, or it's over on the right-hand side of Facebook, those ads start popping up, then it's more of a brand awareness. So if you have your own color scheme or your logo, or just you want your photo to be that main source, then that's a good way for $99 to get it to your email list, your email distribution list. So if you have 300, or if you have 3,000, the more email addresses you have, the better it's going to be coming across. So I was talking to Scott. He was on here a few weeks ago, the other Scott from Homespotter, and we've been working back and forth with this, and it was 500 email addresses that you had to have, but he got them to knock it down to 3,000, or 300. I'm sorry. So it did give our agents a little bit of extra room. They want you to have thousands of email addresses, but like I was telling him, that some of these communities we have, there may only be 500 front doors. So that's the reason why I got them to lower that down a little bit more, so you can pinpoint that messaging a little bit better. And if that's something that you want to do, that's something that you can email me about, and we can do one of these Chime meetings, or we could do one-on-ones. However you want to do it, we can do a phone call. That's something that we can walk through with. But I'm trying to get, if you're going to run those ads, I know a handful of our agents already run those ads, and they keep that same the same creative, meaning the same ad design for the full month. But what we're seeing is that's basically like seeing the it's a good thing and it's a bad thing, but if you're going for months and months, it's like seeing the same commercial over and over and over, or hearing the same radio commercial over and over. Pretty soon it's just white noise. So if we can switch the photos, or we can just switch the message, we'll mainly switch the photos of it, or the background of your message, the ad, things like that. That's a good way to keep yourself top of mind whenever they're scrolling through Facebook and Instagram. Any questions on something like that? Looks like we got a bunch of people. Let me try to pull this chat box out. Every time I do this, it messes up. Oh, no, here we go. Large, okay. So now that this is going to be this roundtable discussion, let's get into some questions. Who has questions about Homespotter or Boost by Homespotter that we can start jumping in? Who designs the agent ads? That's the first question that came up. So whoever Jill, you're at North Naples? Whoever your designer is for your office, central office, that would be Catherine. Catherine does central office. Julia does Old Naples and North Naples. Mike does Bonita, Marco. And Sanibel, they have, I think Ann does them over there. Questions? Who's got more questions? Okay. I'm going to jump in and we're going to look around Boost so you can see what's going on. Okay, what's the difference between Homespotter and Facebook Boost? So Homespotter is, to be honest with you, Homespotter messed up by calling their product Boost, meaning Facebook has already coined the term boost. Whenever you boost something on Facebook, you are actually boosting your post. You're posting, and then you're going to push that out to more people than you have on your business page. Meaning, if you have 25 people that liked your business page, and then you post your message on Facebook, and you hit the boost button, you can put in your you can type in who do you want to see it. So it's with the new rules, it has to be 18 and up. It has to be men and women. You can't alter the demographics in any way, but you can pick. You could say I want it to go to New York City, or I want it to go to all of Ohio. And with Boost, when you're boosting an ad through Facebook, you can do this with multiple locations with that same ad. That's something that I can help you with as well. If you're wanting to run Facebook campaigns, I help our agents with that as well. Homespotter, on the flip side of it, is you can pick one location, meaning you could say Florida, you could say Naples, you could say the airport. You can pick you can pick specific places. You can put in the home address, but it has to be a 15-mile radius. That's with Facebook and with Homespotter. Everything's a 15-mile radius. Last year, we could have done a 1-mile radius, but all these rules came into effect with Homespotter, or with Facebook rules. So Homespotter, you also can obtain the people that click on the ads' email addresses. So if you want to bump up your email addresses for your digital campaigns, Homespotter is a good one to do that, so that you can export those leads when they come in. Now, those leads that come in, they're going to be cold leads. I have a lot of agents upset about that, meaning they call them, they email them back, and they just don't get a return. So it's kind of a cold call is what you're doing. But with those email addresses, you can now funnel them through your CRM or eConnect, whatever it's called. It's not eConnect anymore. Whatever it's called, you know what I'm talking about. Shoot, I forget.
Delta.
It's what is it? Delta. But there's a thing. It's through Delta. We'll just say it that way then. The CRM through Delta. You can add them to your back end, and you can repurpose those email addresses, meaning you can target them with your email campaigns, or like we were saying earlier, you could add those to your email distribution list that you can retarget those ads again, repurpose those ads. I hope that was a good enough explanation. Okay, here we go. Homespotter. What's the difference? How often does the ad run? Those $99 ads are for for the full month. It's for a 4-week $99. You can't really beat that. It's and you can pick, like I said, with those you can only pick one location. So it would have to be Florida, it would have to be Naples, it would have to be Estero, something like that, or just the home address, and it does the 15-mile radius. But for $99, you could pick a couple. You know, you're spending, if you want to just send out 500 postcards once a month, that's going to, if you're sending them first class, that's going to be well over $500. So
Scott, that's not per week.
That's $99 a month.
Wow.
But with these ads, you got to make sure when you're logging on, those ads are showing up. They're not showing up. I don't know why I said that. When those ads go out, you're put into a monthly. It's a monthly thing, so you'll have to turn it off at the end of every month. A subscription based, basically something like that. So when you sign in, it's $99 a month. You have to turn it off yourself at that 1 month period. So you'll have to set a reminder or something. I'm talking to Homespotter and trying to get them to turn that feature off, but it's still just talking right now. So it's not there's not an on-off switch yet. Also, with the other Homespotter ads, there's a bunch of different kinds of Homespotter ads, but all the other ones are 7-month increments, or 7-day increments, meaning 7-day, 14-day, 21, 28. And then that's all they offer for that, because anything longer than that, they just want you to re-up the next when it goes again. Okay, so with Homespotter, what is the web address we need to go to get directly into it? You can go through MyJRW. So MyJRW, there's a pull down, the shortcuts tab, the very last logo says Homespotter. So that's where you want to go. The link is actually, you can see it up here, boost-jrw.homespotter.com right here. That's the direct link if you want to type it in. But the easiest way is MyJRW, shortcuts tab, Homespotter. Okay, here we go. Sherry. Scott, I don't know how to do this. Is there anyone who can do this for me or teach me? That's me, Sherry.
Okay.
So we can set up a meeting. You can come in here and meet or whatever, however you want to do it. If you're comfortable with that. So it's we can do it online if you want to as well. So what I have if you download this Chime that we're using, if you download the app for it, then you can do the share screen and you'll be able to log in, and I can work with you.
So you're saying download the Chime app?
Yep.
Okay.
If you want to do a share screen, if you don't want to come in.
Okay.
Judy, how do I change the focus? Hang on, Billy. How do I change the focus of the ad to go to Park Shore if the property is located in Old Naples? So let me see if I can jump in on somebody's here. Right here. Who was that asked that question? Judy. Judy, right here, when you hit your campaign, you can change it here for your listing ads. You can change it there, but for the agent promotional ads, when you're filling all that information out, you have to put in a address or a location, and that's where your that's where you're going to change the address or add the address. I assume many people are buying email addresses for targeted communities. Lisa, there's not really a, or Michael, I don't know who's on here. One of them. I see Lisa now. There's not really a, you can buy the email addresses. It's not really something that you're supposed to do. People have to opt in to those email addresses, but there are places that you could buy. I'll take that out of the video whenever I send it out to everybody. There are places that you can buy stuff. I don't recommend it because a lot of those email addresses are kind of bogus, but I do have some agents that have they have the email addresses from wherever they obtain them from. So if you get the email addresses, I can make it work. You just have to get the email addresses. We'll do it that way. You're not supposed to go into the community yet. That's true. I mean, don't go into your community. You're not supposed to go in and extract those community members' email addresses. But that's just how that's going to be. Hang on, let me run through these couple. Donna, this is the same ad, or can we be changed weekly? Which ad are you talking about, Donna? Unmute. Unmute.
Okay. You got me? Can you hear me? Okay. Is this the same ad? Since it's a monthly cost, $99 for the month, can you change the ad out, or is it the same one that runs through the month?
Yeah, that's what I was saying. You should change it out every 7 to 10 days.
Sorry. Gotcha.
Yep.
Sorry.
So the people don't get used to the same ad over and over and over again. Billy, you still got a question? Oh, poke me.
Hey, Scott. Sorry about that.
Hey.
How are you? Thank you for putting this class on.
Yeah.
I was actually running through this yesterday. So for the $99, I was going to run a agent promotional ad,
Mm-hmm.
and then how would you edit that too much? I mean, I was going to edit the background, but as far as the text goes, you don't want that to be crazy busy. I was going to leave it the way it is, and then
I edit everything. So
Okay.
you can get with your graphic designer, and they can create those two different ads. There's a rectangle ad, and then there's
Right.
a square ad. That's
Okay.
that's the creative that I want you to change out.
That's okay. Excellent, because then that shows us that it's not a robotic thing and that we're actually doing it.
Yeah, and it's not the same blue background as all the other
Right.
genre one agents. You can have a house there, you can have the pier, you can have the sunset, you can have golf course. You can have your
Awesome.
listing, you can do whatever you want and change out
Okay.
the verbiage as well.
Okay, and then so the step one would be get with my graphic design artist then before I go ahead and submit the $99 and run the ad then?
So my step one, if I'm you, if you're coming to meet with me, my step one is figure out where you want your ad to go.
Right.
Then figure out 3 or 4 different ad campaigns that you want to run for that month, so they know what kind of creative to start designing for you.
Okay. Now, is that something, I don't want to take up anybody else's time. Was that something I could email you separately, or is there someone in the Benita office that I could contact?
Yeah,
Sorry,
you can just email me. That's fine.
Okay. Awesome. I'll go ahead and do that.
And
set up a
I'll
time to meet
I'll
with
send you in the right direction.
Thank you, Scott.
Yep.
Thank you,
Okay, here we
everybody.
go. What's the default target area range? 15-mile circumference. Judy, yes, it's 15 miles. 15-mile circumference. It used to be 1 mile, but Facebook rules have changed. So now it's a 15-mile radius. Whereas, last year for the 4th of July, I was telling everybody pinpoint Naples Pier, Fort Myers Beach Pier. You do a 1 mile, 2 mile radius. Now it has to be a 15-mile radius. And I would say go, and if there's a parade on Fifth Avenue, drop a pin on Fifth Avenue and do a 2 mile radius. Now it has to be a 15-mile radius. So keep that in mind. Michael, do you have a question? No? Good. All right, here we go. All right, let's see. I have a listing together. Can both agent be displayed? If you have a team, or if you have if you're on a co-listing with another agent, whoever's listing agent 1 is the one that can run the ads. You'll have to go in there and change out your photo to be 2 photos, to be both of your photos together, and then you'll have to edit the naming of your account to be both of your names as the first name, and then the last name. You have to mess with it a little bit. We can make it work. You just have to mess with it a little bit, Judy. So if that becomes a problem, let me know, and we can meet up or however to try to work that out. Can we change from rectangle to square? Lisa, those ads are built specifically for certain things. So the rectangle ads are for Facebook and Instagram. The square ads are only for the Facebook affiliated websites, meaning Naples Daily News has a little square ad, Wall Street Journals has the square ad, foxnews.com, CNN.com, Sports Illustrated, all those are square ads. The square ads are the affiliated website ads. So you can't pick and choose. You have to actually say, I want, when you run an ad, when you run these agent promo ads, you have to supply both. You have to supply both ads. Yvonne, can you?
What?
Yes.
What?
You're off mute. Someone asked you a question.
Scott?
I'm here.
Oh.
I'm here.
Did you ask me a question?
Nope.
Yvonne.
Who is that? Yvonne? No. Oh, yeah, we're talking about your question. Could you give me some more information about boosting a listing? So in your account, when you log into your Boost account, every one of your listings are going to be in your account. Hang on, I'll log into your account so you can see what I mean. I can't do a lot of things in your accounts anymore. I used to be able to do anything that you could do, but they took that ability from me. But I'll log into yours just so people can see what's going on in here. So right now you have.
That's the listing I'm talking about, yeah.
Yeah. Right now you haven't had any ads ran for you
Right.
in the last 30 days. You have an open house coming up. But it's too close to be able to do the start time. When's your open house?
Well, it's a virtual open house, so I'm a little confused by that as well. But I don't know because it didn't show up in the open house ads. But my goal is just to get more promotion for this particular listing, and okay. I want to figure out the best way to do it.
So when you have open houses, I'm pointing at my screen like you can see my finger. When you have open houses, they'll be here and there'll be a button that says Boost or create an ad, whatever it says here. That's where you can schedule your open houses. Right here shows your 3 active listings. So if you wanted to run ads on those, you just create your ad right here. And here's your 2 listings that you've had that the price has been reduced. If you've had any sold listings in the past 30 days, there would be another section for those as well. That's how you'll go in there and run ads on your account. Does that make sense?
Yeah, so I would run an ad for like 7 days and then take it off for 7 days and then put it on for another 7 days. Mm-hmm. Changed it if I wanted to. And that particular Boost ad is, how much is that? $60 a week, is it? Or?
I think it's 50. Hang on, I got a price sheet here. 49 for a small ad.
Where does it go?
Where you tell it to.
So my choices are?
It's automatically defaulted to your the listing address, a 50-mile radius of your listing address. But if you wanted to change that to New York City, you just change it to New York City.
No. So, but does it appear on, what does it appear on LinkedIn or Facebook or?
It can show on LinkedIn. It appears on Facebook, Instagram, and Facebook affiliated site. Thousands of different sites. On this email that I sent out yesterday, talking about this class, there's a 6-month breakdown of what. Am I back? Am I back?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, y'all know how it is. Our internet's awesome. Anyway, so those ads, I don't even know what I was talking about. What was I saying, Yvonne?
Where it was going. I was just trying to go through all of these different places, but my concern is I don't have a Facebook business page.
It's okay that you don't have a Facebook business page because they can run off the back end of John R. Wood's business page. That's the cool thing about this. That's one of the main reasons that we went with this company, is because agents do not have to have a business page.
All right. Okay, so I'll just go in there and work with that. And if I have any questions, I'll call you.
Perfect. Yeah, that's good.
Okay, thanks.
All right, I'm back on questions. Cheryl, can you email the directions to change the ad? Yeah, I can make a video for that, changing ads. There you go. Can we change from rectangle? Could you give me some information about boosting listings? Just to clarify, we can post ads that are just to market ourselves to find buyers, correct? What type of ad should we ask the design person to create? Those are going to be the agent image ads. Who said that? Lisa, ask, what office are you at? Central? That's
No, I'm north. I'm north.
okay, so ask Julia to
Yep.
create, and she'll probably just tell her to get with me with the ad dimensions. I could send them. I'll send them back out to the designers since we're having this this class today, just so they're refreshed on what ad sizes are.
Okay, thanks.
Since to designers. Okay. How soon before the open house must I still pay for the whole week? Open houses are for the whole week, but when it gets closer to the you can do a 5-day. If the open house is on Sunday, you can do. I think you can do it. I think it has to be in by Thursday in order for it to even be able to post. That makes sense. You just have to get them in enough time that they can get through their system and be able to push it out. They don't want, it's still going to be the same price. It's still going to be the $59, whatever it is. So they want you to get the maximum exposure that you can get. I mean, but you can still run them. You just may not hit that the 4,000, whatever it is, views. You know what algorithm is as to how many people to see the ad for $99. I don't know what that is. I kind of feel like whenever you're filling out the ad, I can't fill one out because I'm not an agent, so it doesn't let me see that. It doesn't even let me get to that feature on your account. But I just don't know those numbers. When you're filling it out, I do feel like it's in there. They're going to maximize that as much as they can. They try to get you as many views as possible. I know with this whole pandemic, our views were supposed to be like 3,000, and a lot of them were getting up to 4,500, 5,000. It just depends on what's going on in that area at that time.
Yeah.
Tutorial for placing the ads. Gwen, like I was saying, I can't run those. I'm not going to say it that way. I'm going to see if I can get a fake agent ad created for myself, and maybe I can be able to create videos that way. We'll try that one. Okay. What is the response we should expect? I ran 3 different ads last week and was wondering what was good. So on this, this is the pricing sheet. They're telling me a small 1-week ad should be up to 3,000 impressions. Are you talking about impressions, Suzanne? Are you talking about impressions or engagement? What are you talking about? Or overall everything? Everything. Okay, so the way we've been looking at, or the way I've been looking at it is with those, was it a small ad? Where are you at? A small ad? I started a new ad, not gated, because it said the exposure is greater. Do you agree, John, or would default is gated? Oh wait, that's not Suzanne. Was this?
No.
No? Do you know what size ad it was? Medium. So it was a medium ad. Let me pull this sheet up. So for that 1-week medium ad, it's up to 6,000 people. 6,000 screens would view the ad. So for medium, I would hope that you would get probably 6 engagements. Were you around about that? Where were you at? Give me a number. Just show it on your hand. I can see your face. One or 2 engagement. Okay, so that I would say that was not a very good ad that ran for that one. Maybe when you're running these ads, if after 3 or 4 days you're not getting a very much of engagements, maybe change the photo out. I know that the last time, or the last time that I sat in a presentation with Homespotter, it was a bunch of us just got together. They were saying that the blue ads, meaning the sky's blue, the water's blue, there's blue whatever, that triggers people to click on those ads a whole lot more. So I don't really know. I can't give you any facts about that. But if you're not getting good interaction or engagement, I would switch out that photo. Once you go into edit, all your photos that are in MLS are going to be inside that platform, and you can pick different ones. Does that help? I mean, it sucks for your ad, but it helps guide your next ad, and it gives you a guideline. 1 to 2 clicks it's not, or 1 to 2 engagements not good at all. But you got to think of it too. That was July 4th weekend. It should have been better. I feel like it should have been better for July 4th weekend. So if you're targeting these people that are here right now, or if that's what you're thinking, I would maybe hold off a little bit till either things open up more, or when I know a lot of people are coming back down right now, trying to beat this second wave or whatever is going to go on. So a lot of my agents that I'm dealing with now, they're hitting those northeast areas. They're doing New York. They're doing New York City. They're doing Washington, D.C. They're doing New Jersey, Chicago. They're hitting full states, just because those people are now thinking, hey, maybe it's time to buy something and get down to Florida. So if we have to lock up, then we have some space. We have a pool. We have things like that. During this whole pandemic, we had very good interaction because everybody was trapped inside. You couldn't do much. So it was a perfect time to get those people that were up north. When they're here in the winter, it's a great time. That 15-mile radius that doesn't faze me because everybody's going to be down here. Those are good times that you can go in and try to pinpoint your marketing and geofence what areas that you want, that you think people are going to be heavily at. So keep that in mind. Right now, everybody's, there's people here, there's people up north, they're coming back down. We're all going up north. There's a lot of vacations and stuff people are taking right now to get out, just to get out of where because we've been trapped for so long. So maybe July is not really a good month to be running these ads, just because we don't know what's going on. Last year, before all this started, I was telling agents, hold off in those summer months and really hit hard in December, January, February, March, April. But, all this drama happened and it kind of changed, just because we know in these winter months, people are here. So to be able to hit all of Naples with these ads, or, in the summers, if we knew people were, a good example is Alice Strong. She hit Cape Cod real hard last summer. She did a 3-month campaign, and because she knew she's from Cape Cod area, she hit that Cape Cod area hard with these ads. So that's something to think about. We've had agents run ads that were for Augusta golf, the tournament. So the week of the tournament, they run an ad there and say, hey, I'm your Naples, Florida connection. So when these people are there, they're seeing golf courses, all these photos coming up. That's something that you can focus. All these major golf tournaments, people geofence that area. So that's where those people that are traveling to go see those, the ones that everybody goes to, that's a place that you can target ads to go to. Okay, let me jump back on some of these questions. Medium. Okay, when do we do Homespotter ads to promote ourselves? What allows the ad to capture the email addresses? So Lisa, these $99 ads, they don't really capture too many email addresses. That's going to be more of the listing, the gated that we were talking. Oh, someone asked about the gated. I'll get back in that one, Judy. The way that you capture those email addresses are the gated ads. The $99 self-promotional ads, they don't really do a great job of capturing email addresses, meaning maybe 1 or 2 that whole month. That's more of a brand awareness, let people in that area get to know who you are and get to click on that to get to your website. It's more of a brand awareness image ad. Judy Hanson, I started a new ad, not gated because it said the exposure is greater. Do you agree? John Arwood's default is gated. Hang on, my throat's going out. So the John Arwood, when you sign up for these ads, we do have it signed up, defaulted to gated, meaning we want you to obtain those email addresses. But Homespotter says you're going to get better interaction with the non-gated ads because it's not asking someone to log in with their Facebook account to be able to see the photos. So it's up to you, Judy, or everyone else. If your digital, if your email blasts and things that you do, you're okay with the way it's running now, you don't really have to get those email addresses. We were trying to get agents to build their bank of email addresses. That's why we set it at gated. So the way the ads run is you click on the ad on Facebook and it opens up a landing page, and we give them one photo. We do not give them the address, and we do not give them the neighborhoods, things like that. In order for them to see that, they have to click on Unlock with Facebook. When they click Unlock with Facebook, we extract their email address. They're giving us permission to take their email address. That's how we get their email addresses. If you don't want them to be able to have to click on that button to say Unlock, when they click on the ad from Facebook, it opens up and it gives them everything. Mm-hmm. So that's like sending them a postcard that they read, and hopefully they email you back or contact you about. With the gated, it's actually, we send them a digital postcard. They click on it. They have to unlock, meaning they have to give you their phone number or their email address to see those photos and everything else about the property. And that's how we get those email addresses. So it's a hit or miss. It's up to you whether you want to have it opened up so more people can view the property, or you want to try to grab those email addresses. I would say try one week and one the next, just to see the difference in usability or in engagement, just to see if more people, or you wouldn't get any engagement, but you'd get more, see if you would get more clicks. Okay, so here we go, Lisa. When I do a Homespotter ad to promote, oh wait, we just did that one. Where do we look? Gwen asked a question. Where do we look to see the engagement? I'm going to jump back on to your account, Yvonne. I'm going to do all just to see what ads we ran for you in the past. Okay, so this one had one engagement. This one's a good one. So when you click the view, oh, it's the same. This is the same listing. For some reason, it must have split. Right here under this tab is the engagement. So when I click on that, I'm going to see Carol Tweedy commented. Then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 other people sent their email addresses. They unlock photos. Sometimes they go in and they check their see what the mortgage what their mortgage would be, things like that. So that's different. That's just places in there where you could figure out what they're trying to do. If someone calculates their mortgage, to me, that's a little bit more of a warmer lead than just someone unlocking.
Where did you do that? Where did you see that information? Where are you?
This is your account?
In Boost.
So I went to this listing because I saw that it had 8 engagement, and I clicked this view.
View, I see, okay.
And then from the view, it's under the Engage tab. So also for these while we're talking about this image listing ads, that's too much copy for me. I don't think that anyone's going to read all that. Meaning, ready for a new home? Check out this 3-bedroom, 3-bed, 4-bath in Naples. No one has a clue what this is. You guys don't even know what the John Wood code is for, probably. That's something that we use here in marketing. So that's just something that's like a roadblock for someone reading it. It's just something that doesn't really need to be there. I know, and this pulls in from your MLS copy. Sometimes people have their bedrooms and baths in here as well. So you have it in this section, it may be here, and then it's going to be down here as well. So go in there and edit those kind of things just so it's not, just to make it tailored. To me, I would rather see your home look copy or your advertising copy in that little section, because we all know we don't read, especially when you're on Facebook. You're not trying to read all that copy. You're just trying to scroll through and look at photos real quick. So keep that in mind. Keep your copy short. Here we go, Lisa. With the $99 Homespotter ads, can we create our own ads by downloading a picture ourselves? Yep. Lisa, there's a whole section in there. Once you in that the agent promotional ads, it gives you the size dimensions that you can create it yourself or have your graphic designer create it for you. And like I was saying, your John Wood graphic designer can surely do it for you. Okay, Toby, I'm hearing that people do not want to come here right now. Do you still think if picking times, that's a good time? So I'm hearing different sides. I hear both sides of that. I hear people saying, I'm not going to Florida because it's a, there's things have spiked up. And I'm also hearing people saying that there's a lot of people coming down to Florida because they don't want to be trapped up north. They don't want to be trapped wherever they are. They would much rather be here for a couple months. So that's going to be on your own judgment. But like I was saying, I may hold off on July. These summer months are kind of difficult, and with what's going on right now, I mean, there's a lot of things up in the air. So it's just really your own judgment. And some of these ads they're $50, so it's $50. Maybe maybe you just try it out, maybe you don't. But I wouldn't. If you're still sending out postcards, then this to me is way better option than sending out postcards, because I know that there's people that they don't want to touch their mail when it comes in. They're wearing gloves they leave their UPS boxes on their front porch for 2 or 3 days still. It's just, we don't know what we're doing. It's up to you. It's really just geared towards what you want to do. No one knows right now what in the world's going on. Judy, my listing is a 3-bedroom plus den ad landing page. Judy, no one knows why MLS, our matrix, or not matrix, whatever it's called now. Is it? Yeah, matrix. No one knows why that does that. We've tried working with the people there, and we just can't seem to get them. They don't mark den down, and we don't know why. Other MLSs, they do allow it, but for some weird reason it doesn't communicate well with our stuff. So that's Nabor's deal. That's not something that we can fix. You can change it in your description if you're gonna change. I mean, you can go in here and change these ads. You can to say what you want them to say. So that'd be your only way to do it right now. It doesn't, for some reason, it doesn't allow for Nabor doesn't pull over dens. Sherry, here we go. Scott, just to be clear, if I want to meet with you about setting up an ad, I should have Julia design it first. Yeah, unless you just want to come in and brainstorm about ads. So Sherry asked if she needs to have her ads before she comes in here and meets with me about ads. I have a lot of agents that come in and we figure out what kind of ad campaign they're going to have. Then they go to their graphic designers, and they have those ads created, then come back to me and we run ads that way. So it's really all up to you. Go, Sherry.
And I have another question. What do you think about LinkedIn? I had my best customer just contacted me on LinkedIn that he wanted to join my network, and I've had a lot of people. I have a lot more people on that than Facebook. Guess because maybe because I'm older. I don't know what it is, but have we had success with that or not?
With running ads on LinkedIn?
LinkedIn, yeah.
I haven't ran an ad for an agent in LinkedIn yet, but I run ads for John or Wood to try to hire people. That's where we run our ads to get admin people. But definitely LinkedIn's a great place to go and get leads. It's a business to business. It's basically a resume site. So you're going in there, make sure your LinkedIn account's up to date, and post. You can post on there just like you do on Facebook.
Okay.
Any other questions? Looks like it's just a couple people on here left. Everyone jumped ship. It was a lot. Everybody good?
Yeah.
All right. That's my time. We'll
Thank
see
you,
y'all.
Scott. Thank you.
All right. See y'all.